I'd known what was inside, I might have left it drifting," said 54-year-old Michael Turner, a seasoned fisherman from Gulfport, Mississippi. But that morning, ignoring it wasn't an option. The sun was just starting to rise over the Gulf when Michael spotted something bobbing a few hundred yards from his boat, a large, rust-covered barrel. Its lid was welded shut and wrapped in steel bands, as if someone desperately wanted to keep it closed. Michael hooked it with his gaff and, with the help of his deckhand Chris, heaved it onto the deck. The second it hit the planks, they exchanged a look. Something wasn't right. The barrel was far heavier than it should have been for its size, and eerily silent. No slosh of water, no metallic clink, just dense, unmoving weight. Curiosity beat caution. They clamped it under the boat's hydraulic lift, the metal groaning as pressure built. The seal cracked with a sharp pop, releasing a wave of foul, oily air that made them both gag. Michael grabbed a crowbar, pried the lid open, and froze. Inside, instead of liquid or scrap, were dozens of tightly wrapped, waterlogged bundles. Chris sliced one open with his fishing knife and out spilled thousands of small, reddish-brown scales. They looked organic, almost like armor from some strange sea creature. Confused, Chris pulled out his phone and started searching. Within seconds, his face went pale. The scales matched images of pangolin scales, the most heavily trafficked illegal wildlife product in the world, worth millions on the black market. Smugglers often hide contraband in agricultural or marine equipment, counting on the fact that most maritime cargo isn't checked as thoroughly as land shipments. How this particular barrel ended up adrift near Gulfport was anyone's guess, perhaps abandoned after a failed transfer, or when the traffickers suspected they were being watched. Michael radioed the Coast Guard immediately. Within the hour, federal wildlife agents arrived by patrol boat, carefully loading the barrel into evidence storage. They confirmed the contents and launched an investigation, eventually linking the shipment to an international smuggling ring supplying traditional medicine markets overseas. The agents told Michael that the street value of the scales inside could have reached several $1,000,000. He'd stumbled upon the kind of wildlife bust they only read about in enforcement reports. For Michael, the experience left a lasting mark. He'd been fishing these waters for decades and thought he'd seen everything: storms, shipwrecks, and strange catches. But that day proved the Gulf still had secrets, and not all of them belonged to the sea.